Hey guys, coming at you with another deck profile. This time going over my Mono-Blue Vegito list. Pretty self-explanatory deck. We're trying out the new Janemba Unison from the Anniversary Collection. This is the start of Vegito, so most of you probably already know what he does. But for those of you who don't, on his backside, he draws a card when he attacks. When on your opponent's turn, when one of your blue unison cards would be placed in your drop area, or one of your blue battle cards is removed from your battle area by an opponent's skill or KO'd, you may flip this card over, and if you do, draw two cards. Otherwise, when your life is at 4 or less, you may draw one card, then switch up to one of your energy to active mode and flip this card over. He then becomes Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, Godhood Transcended. He attacks, draws a card. The main thing we're looking at is the activate battle. Pay 2 blue, choose one of your blue unison cards, and it gets plus 10,000 power and triple strike for that battle. Auto once per turn. If it's your opponent's turn, when one of your blue unison cards will be placed in your drop area or one of your blue battle cards is removed from your battle area by an opponent's skill or KO'd, switch up to one of your mono blue energy to active mode and draw one card. One of the ways that we're going to activate early the Awaken is with our cheap blockers. We have Dr. Rhoda and Joko from the Draft Box 4. Dr. Rhoda, if he's KO'd, you untap an energy. This guy, once per turn, you can look at the top card of your opponent's deck. If it's a battle card, he gains revenge until the end of your opponent's next turn. So they're cheap blockers, easy ways to get that Awaken early if they try to attack early. But for the most part, they're there to always trigger the other ability of SSB Vegito. Our unisons are going to be 3 copies of Janemba, Wicked Agent of Destruction, and Zeno, Cosmic Unison. The Janemba we're mostly using for his +1 ability. He gains critical for the turn. So turn 2, you play him out, swing with crit, and then turn 3 going forward, you always threaten that triple strike additional 10k. Your opponent has to answer it, otherwise they lose the game fairly quickly. Zeno's there just mostly because we do have some cards that take advantage of his ramp ability. And that's the main part. It's just like an alternate unison. Depending on which one you open is how you play the game. If you got the extra energy, you're going to play it like a slower game and take advantage of that extra energy to do extra things for your turn. And our little like combo slash not really mono blue cards, 4 copies of card that says draw 2. 4 copies of the Zamasu Super Combo. We do play the blue yellow Arrival Son Goku hit card. We'll go over that in just a moment. 1 copy of Furthering Destruction Champo to threaten more additional double strike. And I play the Infernal Villainy Cell over the Ultra Instinct Kamehameha because I like giving the Janemba Unison extra combo power. Or if you're going for a game with the Zeno and you give him the +10 triple strike, it's additional combo power for that as well. 4 copies of Abuni, guys. It's the best card for blue. It's probably the only reason blue decks are still even like relevant right now. He makes tokens. As long as the tokens are on board, he can't be KO'd. Once per turn, you look at the top card of your opponent's deck. If it's a battle card, when at the start of your opponent's main phase, you get to untap an energy. So it's always like pretty safe to play him. You also get to look at your opponent's top card. You get to mess up whatever their next draw was. If it was a battle card, they get to shuffle their deck, which depending on the situation, could be a help or could be some type of hindrance. This is the blue yellow Arrival. He's a blocker. He can restand as an active battle, so it's not really like a dual attack, but he might as well be like a dual attacker, or at least you get to attack a unison, activate battle, restand him, so he's able to block next turn. That's pretty much why it's played in a lot of these decks. I like the 3 copies of Janemba Infernal Intruder. Turn 2, play this Janemba. Turn 3, attack with that Janemba. Tap 2, give him the triple strike crit. If they take it, you threaten another additional crit with this guy. Since all he cares about is you have no battle cards, unisons are not battle cards. So if it's just a unison that you have on board, with 3 energy, he is a 1-cost card. And it's a 1-cost 20k crit. So you have a lot of options to play this certain ways. You can either wait to turn 3 with this card, or with the Zeno, if you have no battle cards, turn 2 you play the Zeno, activate the Zeno's ability, gives you that extra energy. If it's a mono blue energy, wonderful. You get to swing with your leader, and then you play this for 1, and you're able to get 20k crit as early as turn 2. Our counterplay is going to be the Trunks God Sealing technique. Basically puts the card back in their hand. Your unison must have 2 markers two or more markers on it in order for it to be free. Otherwise, it's a 5 cost counterplay, which is pretty steep. We're always almost always trying to get this for free. In the event that you don't have it for free, it's probably a good idea to charge the card, or otherwise it's great 5k power. In terms of removal, 2 copies of Secret Identity Massane. The drop does get filled pretty quickly to 6, so it's almost always guaranteed that you're able to play this at some point in the game. Otherwise, it's a free attacker. It's 5k combo. This plus the double strike Trompa if you have a lot of cards in hand. Almost works as an attacking finisher, but our main boss monster is of course going to be the SS4 Gogeta secret rare card. 45k triple strike. If your energy is all the same color, he comes out for 5. And then you get to untap 2, draw 2, pop 2 of your opponent's cards, discard 2 cards from their hand. Just an amazing boss monster. It's almost always a good idea to be mindful of when you play this. If you're able to play battle cards and you're able to play a lot of battle cards, it's sometimes better just to play the battle cards first before you plop this guy on the board. Otherwise, if you feel like you're safe to go for game, you just summon him and go ham and swing. Protecting the leader is also important. Protecting your SCR is important. Protecting your battle cards is important. So we do that with 4 copies of negates, 4 dimension magic, and a 5th negate in all too easy. And then we also have a form of protection with Senzu Bean. So that's pretty much a look at sort of a mono blue-ish, I guess, almost borderline aggro control type build. I just really like that Janemba Unison. Threatening crit with additional crit is always fun. Otherwise, it plays like the same standard way that most Mono-Blue Vegito decks tend to be played. So that's a look at my updated version. Stay tuned for more deck profiles as well as more video game play coming up. I got some more Fall Guys stuff coming for you guys. And some Destiny stuff. I've been getting back into Destiny. So I'll show that off too as well for you guys. Thanks and stay super and take care.